Good evening, Aquarius, or shall I say good morning? It's 12:02 a.m. where I'm from. And I'm going to do my intro anyway and say, hi, this is Kate the Great, and you are watching Joan of Arc Tarot. Today is your day, and this is your reading. Comment 8 below to claim this reading, and if you're looking for a private reading, you can join me at joanofarctarot.info, where you can talk to the squawk, Grandpa Munster, and you can get a reading. He'll draw your card, or you can get a private reading. There's other things that are available on that website that we have launched. I realized after doing all of the signs today and doing our talk to the squawk that I had not read to you from the book about your money honey, about your King of Pentacles. So we're going to go back to Choose Your Own Adventure, that tarot deck guidebook, and we are going to read. I'm going to give you the little author there too. Can you see the author's name? It's probably backwards. Anyway, I'm going to read to you the King of Pentacles because I read for everybody else. Let me get my glasses on. There we go. I have read to everybody else, but I did not read to you. And I feel like this artist, author, they just have the best insight when it comes to the Pentacles. Yes, here we go. We have the King of Pentacles at the very back here. It says, a pentacle in one hand and a scepter in the other. The King of Pentacles sits regally, surveying his land and all he has accomplished. Upright, it says, you or someone around you have mastered the suit of pentacles. You are able to work steadfastly. Goals you have set are completed with good planning and endurance. You are aware that luck favors the prepared. Others may seek you out for advice. Well, isn't that true? Everybody's seeking the advice of Aquarius. You just don't understand why you're so popular, why everybody needs your opinion, but for some reason, your opinion matters to us. It really, truly does. Who knows why? I know particularly us Leos seek you out to ask your opinion and your advice about things. And, well, if we listen, we listen. But since we're, in opposition on the chart, sometimes we don't listen and it doesn't work out so well for us. Sometimes we do listen and it works out marvelously. So my advice to cross watchers is listen to your Aquarius because they are the inventors of the horoscope basically. They can just make magic out of thin air. We may go along, read the directions and things work out. We try to tell the Aquarius the directions and they don't want to hear it because they have their own way to do it. And guess what? It works out. It's kind of like that chicken on like a Foghorn Leghorn, the cartoon that probably is canceled at this point. But his little nephew kept, playing hide and seek with him. And instead of hiding, he'd actually draw up, a chart to look for his uncle. I think it was his uncle, and it looked like it was impossible. How could he find him just doing a chart instead of looking for him? And he always found him, and it was just hilarious. Eh, But anyway, Aquarius, that's you. You just are able to calculate and figure it out, and everybody else is looking at you drawing and wondering what the heck you're doing, and then all of a sudden you've like pulled this magical empire out of thin air. You've created this wonderful shamanic business, or you've actually got that wonderful 4K, 5K, 6K job. I don't think I'm getting the K's right, but weekly, how about that? You're getting that weekly job, all that money, and it's not about the money for Aquarius. That's the funny thing. It's not about the money, 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 and you seem to attract a lot of it uh, throughout your life. And yes, it's always good to have more or less, but I don't know. Aquarius, I think you've got it going on. I want to go ahead and read this in reverse. When I used to hang out in San Diego in my 20s with my artist friends, we would go to the living room and read tarot, and I would read tea leaves. We sat on the red couch. It's still there. If you want to visit the living room in San Diego, it's a really good coffee shop. I used to like to drink, I believe it was called Rocky Road. It might have been Milky Way. And, I keep saying Rocky Road. I haven't had it in so long, but it was a chocolate marshmallow type of mocha drink that was delicious. You should try it. And I'm going on and on. Let's go back to you, Aquarius. And I'm going to say in reversed, we used to say this was your inner journey. So here is your inner journey for the week of Aquarius. Instead of a benevolent figure that has much to share, you have chosen the path of ruthlessness. Oh dear, Aquarius. While this has helped you gain much in short term, you are becoming miserly and a workaholic. Material wealth and gain has come at the expense of your highest self. Oh no, that's like death for the Aquarius. Aquarius, just get back to your light, airy nature. Aquariuses and Libras, you are air signs. What is the third one? If you know, drop it in the comment. I know, but do you know what the third air sign is? We have Aquarius, who always seems like they should be a water sign because they are the water carrier, but they are not. They are an air sign, as is, do you know the other one? Do you know the other two? I just mentioned two of them. So hopefully you at least have two-thirds of that equation. Anyway, Aquarius, I don't ever see you. Um, I don't know. You're not the money hungry of the uh, of the wheel for sure. But I do think that you can become very ruthless. If when your boundaries are breached, when you feel like your world is imploding or exploding, and people around you just don't see you for who you are. This is, I believe, the week where you become you. Who were you when you were younger? What did you want to be? Think about it. Give us some thought. Think about where you came from, who you are. Embrace that. Just ground yourself. Get back to who you were, what made you happy. Did blue rocks make you happy? Did the color aquamarine make you happy? Did going to the ocean and sticking your toes in the ocean make you happy? Did raising animals make you happy? What is it that is at the core of who you are? Because I think that's going to be the key to a lot. It might even be the key to a new career. It is definitely going to unlock something that you have thought was long lost. And I know for certain the people in your life right now don't know who you were and who you wanted to become. They don't understand this. So find your people. Find your people. I'm not saying give up the people you have. The people you have are there for support and love and our families. Obviously, if they're toxic, do what you must. And I'm not encouraging you to stay in toxic situations. What I'm saying is definitely find your peace with your people or your, I don't even want to say people because it could just be animals. It could be aliens. It could be, I don't know, it could be furries. It could be, your community, whatever craft you're doing, that's your community. I like to do vintage seamstress work. That's one of my communities. People who are spiritualists, shamans, people who are reading tarot, that's my community. What is your community? I resonate with the big fairy tale community as well. Just find who you are. Get back to that. Ride a horse if that's your community. Find your people. Find your people. And I think that that will be the key to unlocking some inner peace this week for you because you are in a lot of stress. People around you, even if they've been with you your whole life, don't see you for who you really are, but you see you for who you really are, and you will become what you are to become for your highest good and the highest good of others. Aquarius, thank you for sticking on so long. We have 1212 a.m. on the clock. I'm going to end now. Bye for now. See you next week.